This is a trained response guidance agent. It is designed to detect the early demand and the cost signals and force action before the performance metrics are impacted. So, unlike the traditional dashboards, this agent doesn't just report the insight, it enforces the decisions by requiring the team to act, escalate, or explicitly accept the risk at the moment trend persists. So, let us test the agent. Here I am asking the agent to show the regions where the leading indicators have crossed the threshold beyond the tolerance. So here the agent identifies the regions where the leading indicators have remained outside the tolerance threshold. So these are the regions beyond the tolerance: MH West, then West, East, North, and South. So in West here, two signals are beyond tolerance, D005 and D199. In East, there are two signals, D198 and D004. In North also there are two signals like D003 and D197, and in South D002 and D196. So let us take the example of MH West. So here we can see that in the MH waste it shows the persistent risk signals, while risk signals and similar with the south. So the south and the MH waste show the similar risk signals, while the east and the north uh, east and the north show the strong demand acceleration opportunity. So MH waste, here it is high priority with the risk, then west with the uh, medium priority, with the opportunity, east with the mixed signals like opportunity plus risk, and north it is with the high priority with the opportunity. So it it also provides the required decision or the actions like for south it gives like escalate now, for north it gives the capacity and allocation lag or act now, then for east also it gives the act now signals. So instead of waiting for the lagging KPIs like revenue or service levels, the agent intervenes immediately when action is still possible. Here I am asking the agent what action is required for the persistent demand or the cost signals in the region. So instead of just explaining the trend, the agent focuses on the decision or the action. So here are the required action for the persistent demand or the cost signal by the respective region. So for MH West, it is a very high risk signal with like a dominant signal. It is a persistent risk. Uh, and the risk of inaction is the allocation drift with the backlog, service degradation, and margin leakage. So it will demand the acceleration. Demand acceleration is detected, and the agent will require the immediate action. So the required action for this is act now. and it will give the escalation like act now, address allocation, and escalate will be assign a time bound decision owner. So this will prevent the missed demand and avoids the reactive corrections. Similarly, for waste, we can see it is the persistent opportunity with high priority, and the required action is the act now with adjust forecast immediately. So here is a summary table like all like what will be the persistent signal and what will be the required decision. Here I ask the agent that which regions require the immediate action due to the risk signal and why. So this is where the agent become most powerful. So it will clearly identify the region requiring the immediate action due to risk signals. So the two regions require the immediate action, which is the MH waste. It is the most prioritized region, like it needs the immediate action. And second one is the south, which also required the immediate action. Why this both requires the immediate? Because the risk is very high, high priority. Then it is of the persistent and it is unknown, and delayed would directly lead to the service or the cost impact. Like here we can see the action recommended for it is a act now, that is the adjust allocation. So risk is the persistent and compounding across the segments. So the agent forces to act now. And here are the region that not require that immediate action, like east and the west. Here I am asking the agent where should decisions be escalated with the ownership and the timeline. So for the risk that are not immediately acted upon, the agent will focuses on enforcing the escalation with the ownership. So here is a south. South needs the escalation is required. MH West also required the escalation. So the MH West and the South will require the escalation, and agent will clearly assign a accountability and a timeline. Accountability and a timeline. So these are the region that do not require the escalation: East, West, and the North. So this eliminates the common failure where everyone sees the issue but no one owns the decision. So by enforcing the decisions at the moment the trains persist, this agent eliminates the delays, ensures the ownership, and improve the execution speed. So instead of reacting to the outcomes, the teams can now act proactively and capture the opportunities earlier.